Hello, this is our Wiki Project for TSL 4081, Literacy Development in English Language Learners. This project was completed by Stephanie Brown, Megan Wells, and Kelsey McGregor, and this is a picture of us. Today, we're going to be focusing on Shel Silverstein. He was a truly unique and multi-faced artist. Shel Silverstein was a renowned poet, playwright, illustrator, screenwriter, and songwriter. Best known for his immensely popular children's book, including The Giving Tree, Falling Up, and A Light in the Attic. Silverstein had delighted tens of millions of readers around the world, becoming one of the most popular and best-loved children's authors of all time. For this project, we're going to be focusing on his book titled Who Wants a Cheap Rhinoceros? And how we can incorporate this book into the classroom, focusing on English language learners. The book is about a child who has a rhinoceros for sale. Throughout the book, he depicts what the pros and cons of having such an animal are. We decided to use this book to teach strategies that will help English language learners learn reading and writing. The first is pictorial, which means relating to, characterized by, or composed of pictures. Some students may benefit from pictorial assessments. For example, you may ask students to draw a picture of the main character or of a specific scene in the story. Alternatively, you may ask students to draw several sketches of scenes in the story to make sure that they understand the storyline. For this particular story, the students could outline what was happening in the story through pictures by giving an opening picture, a pro of having a rhino, and a con of having a rhino. And finally, the last slide, which states that he is easy to love. Next, we are going to focus on building our students' vocabulary. Well, first of all, don't haul out the dictionaries. Asking students to look up new vocabulary words and write down the meaning is an ineffective way for students to learn and internalize a new word's meaning. Instead, researchers recommend choosing vocabulary words by determining their usefulness, frequency, and ease with which a student can restate the meaning in her own words. The authors distinguish three types of words. Tier 1 words are basic words that rarely need to be taught, such as baby, clock, and jump. Tier 2 words are words that a student will see frequently but are difficult enough that special instruction is needed. Examples are fortunate, maintain, and coincidence. Tier 3 words occur infrequently and are mostly specific to certain content areas, such as lathe, refinery, and isotope. The words that we are going to pull out of the story are most likely always going to be Tier 2 and Tier 3 words. To begin, rhinoceros would be a Tier 3 word that the teacher would have to build background knowledge on. In this book, there are very good words that could be used to challenge the students while still providing them with the instruction that they need. For example, in this story, there are plenty of great words that could be used like ferocious, allowance, unsinkable, interested, comfortable, terrific, and desperate. Now that we have the words, we can help students make associations with them. Ways that we could do this include synonyms and antonyms. The students will have to find words that are similar and the complete opposite of the words given. For example, if the word was ferocious, we could use fierce as a synonym and gentle as an antonym. Define them using their own words. The teacher will need to model this step a couple of times before the students work independently. The teacher should consider placing an ELL student with a strong, fluent student. If I was given the word ferocious, I could say very angry and mean, and that would be a way of describing the word in my own language. Acting them out or drawing an illustration. Movement and images are proven ways of helping English language learners absorb and internalize meaning. For ferocious, I could draw something that is very angry looking. To help students foster these words, teachers need to repeat, repeat, repeat. Ways of doing this include word walls and their corresponding pictures on display. Playing games such as Jeopardy or charades, where students guess or act out the meanings. Having students complete sentence stems that will show their mastery of the meaning. The students were exuberant when their teacher told them blank. Next, we're going to focus on a strategy that is commonly used with English language learners that is called Think, Pair, Share. First, the teacher is going to want to have students read the book by themselves, read in pairs, or listen as you read the material aloud to them. At an appropriate point, pose a question about the text and have them think for a moment to themselves. Then share their ideas with a partner. After a moment or two of discussion, the pairs can share their ideas with the class. For this book, in the middle of the book, the teacher can stop reading and ask, "What is one thing you would love about having a rhinoceros? Why?" This technique works well with ELLs because it allows them to formulate their ideas on their own, test them out in a non-threatening way with their partners, and then reinforce by their partner's feedback. Share the ideas with the class. They can thus rehearse what they want to say before they say it in front of a large group. All of these strategies are here to help teachers better understand how to teach the English language learners in their classrooms. The following strategies help you support ELLs through this difficult stage of language proficiency. Implementing these techniques will benefit all the students in your classroom and can contribute to differentiated instruction. The end.